Good evening, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Wednesday night. So that means that at 5 o'clock I usually do a live. So I'm here with you tonight. It'll be short because it's Ash Wednesday and we need to leave in time to get to church. But that's okay. I think you'll still enjoy seeing the pretty things I have to share with you. So starting yesterday, there was a new promotion that Stampin' Up! Started. I guess they call it promotion. It's new products that you can order. And these are while supplies last. The stamp set and the dies, I believe, will return, but the paper and the rhinestones will not. So if those are things that you want, then you'll want to do it before they sell out. So let's take a look and see. So we have Waves of Inspiration with this really cool wave, ocean wave, a pelican on some wooden posts in the ocean or at a dock, I guess. And then some nice sentiments. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. You are so totally awesome. Happy birthday, and your strength is an inspiration. Good evening, Karen. Thanks for joining us tonight. And then this has dies. I haven't put them on a sheet yet because I haven't been played with them. Today's the first day I played with them. So we have 2 die cuts that can cut out some waves and splashes, 2 different layers. So let's see if I can pop that off. So one is more, has more drippy look to it. I guess that's supposed to make it look more like the foaming water. And you can layer these or you can use them separately. Some nice label dies and some cool clouds and some detail for the clouds and then some seagulls. So all kinds of fun little products in here. There's my little cloud that jumped right out of there. I need to put these on a magnet sheet so I don't lose them. Oh, and then there's a label to cut out the pelican. We're going to use that tonight, so that's why I left it out. And I'll put these back in. It's always fun when you get new things, but I just haven't had time to play with it today. Now the rhinestones I think are beautiful. They're from shades of blue, kind of a silvery blue to greens. So they would go with just about anything. And we might use some of those tonight. We'll see. And then the paper is really cool. This is the back side. Let's... but all the sides are pretty. So the back side's more like bubbly, watercolory, and then the front side is gorgeous. Look at that. Lots of, I mean, there's so many things you can do with this paper, whether you use the stamp set or not. You could certainly cut this paper out with those wave dies. Let's see, these go well with ocean. So if you have like the whale punch or the lighthouse, you could certainly adapt those stamps to this paper. And another one. I hope you watched the video to see how they made this with the swirling paint. And this one, I think that's cool. That would look really cool with a turtle or, oh, and look, oh, just makes me want to go to the beach. And there's another. And this one. This would be a beautiful sympathy card right here. So the colors that go with this are Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. That's interesting. I paired it with Soft Succulent and Mint Macaron. But that's because I wanted to use that color of ink. And then it has companion foil that comes with it. This is, it's silver. It has a tiny tint of blue to it, I think. And then this silver, a more blue, turquoise blue silver, shiny foil, I'm sorry. And then the Midnight of Navy foil. So all of those three are beautiful. It's hard to see foil on the screen, I'm sorry. And you can see the reflection of my phone. I might not be able to cut into that. I don't know. So we're going to make a quick little card. And I chose the back side of this because it has a little bit of Granny Apple Green. And doesn't that look like Mint Macaron and so saffron to you? I mean, Soft Succulent. I think that should have been on there. I'll tell them that. How's that? We'll tell them that they left the colors off. And I want to cut a piece of Whisper White to make, we're going to stamp the little pelican there. I need to find my piece of Whisper White. I don't think I have it here. I thought I cut a piece. Oh, I know, it's still in the paper trimmer. Did cut it and left it on the trimmer. Well, that's typical. It's been a busy day today. Wednesdays are super busy for us. So we're going to cut this. We'll use the mini cut and emboss. You know, it is on sale and 20% off. They never do that. So if you want a mini machine to take when you're traveling, this is it. And it will work with almost all our dies, some of the larger dies, and the larger embossing folders it will not work. But most of the smaller ones will be fine. And now we'll use this again. So we'll just put that to the side. This is stitched rectangles. Looks about like 2.5 by 4 maybe. I got my sheets on the metrics, so I can't tell you for sure. Ooh, it's 2.25 by 3.5. Not too far off. Now we'll go ahead and stamp our pelican. We can go ahead and die cut him. We're going to ink him up a little different than usual. I could have inked him Stampin' Right marker, but it's just as easy to use him on the stamp pads. So I really want him to be two-toned. So I'm going to stamp him with soft suede. Get him nice and juicy. But for the pelican, I want him to be darker. So I'm using espresso. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of espresso on the corners of the post. And we'll hope that looks nice. Just so everything's not exactly all the same. And we're going to do a little extra on this after we die cut him to give him some more color. We'll put a piece of tape on there, and we'll run him through the machine. We lined him up pretty good. Not bad. So let me show you, since he's in the near the water, you know he's going to be shiny. He's going to have wet on him. And if we take the Wink of Stella, we can just kind of drag some of that color to the middle of that log. Look how different it makes it look by just dragging that color. And you're not really going to notice the sparkle so much, but it makes the wood look a little better to me. Now we'll do the same thing. We'll give the pelican a little more dimension with dragging some color. I think it just makes him look less flat, like a piece of paper, even though it is a piece of paper. We're going to take a piece of linen thread. You see how they have rope on there? We're going to put our own rope on there. So we'll put a glue dot on the back to anchor it. Good evening, Kay. Thanks for popping in tonight. And we don't really have to worry about it being exactly like the stamp. We'll just put it on there. And now we can put another glue dot to hold it in place. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now our little pelican has a little more dimension. We're going to mount him on here, but of course we got to dress this up a little bit. So we're going to put Balmy Blue in the sky, just a little towards the top. Oh, thanks for sharing. I love shares. I love these blending brushes too. They're just the bomb. Now, if you're in a stamp, we'll talk about this when I show you another card, the wave, and you want it to have lots of color, then you'll use daubers to add lots of color to that wave, so it'll look more, have a lot more dimension to it. Now I'm just going to put some of the mint macaron towards the bottom. Our water's greenish today. Now really, we could layer those colors and it'd probably look nice. Now we need a couple seagulls. So we got this little bitty stamp here. And we'll put a seagull or two flying there. Looks like I got a piece of paper on there. See if I can scrape it off. Can't use my finger because then I get inky. Now we'll put him on with dimensionals, but not just yet. Oh, that was close. Little too close for comfort, but I think it'll work. So now we'll just layer our paper. I almost decided to use this side, but then I thought it was a little too busy for this card. But I think it's a beautiful, both sides are beautiful. Put that down there. And we'll put this on our card front. Not so sure my cutting was very accurate today, but I think it'll work out. Maybe the way I adhered it isn't very straight. I don't know that people are that picky. Well, let's hope not. Now we're going to put this on with some of our foam strips. I went ahead and cut them, but they're a little too long, but that works because then we can put them in the middle. Put the extra piece in the middle. I like to cut these with my paper trimmer. It's easier. You get them pretty straight that way with the scissors. I can't cut straight with scissors. Now, I don't know. You know, I don't think we need that in the middle. We'll use those on our pelican. Or seabird. I guess he's a pelican. I'm not a very up on seabirds. Put that one there. Now we need a mini one for up here. Hiding under my chamois. This is a super quick card. You know, we can let him hang off the edge. And then he's not so close to that bird. Or maybe not. I don't know. We better let him. The bird's way up in the sky, though. It's far away. And we need a sentiment, and this is just going to be a birthday card. So, I think I can use a smaller scrap. Always needing birthday cards, and this one will work for masculine or feminine. And then this sentiment just says happy birthday. And I'm going to use soft succulent because it's closer to the dark. Mint macaron would be too light for a sentiment for me. So it's really, you could use black, but I didn't. I just wanted a nice, crisp sentiment. And then we're going to cut that out with the die that comes with this set. Oh, it's always fun to have nice new label dies. Can never have too many sentiments and never too many dies to cut them out and have variety. I know whoever we send them to doesn't know that we need variety, but we do. Okay, here we go. It is pretty paper, isn't it, Cheryl? I love it. Sherry, I'm sorry. But you know, I will tell you, when I opened it, it had a very strong odor, and I think it's just the ink. So as soon as, you know, I opened it and took it out of the plastic liner, I'd say that smell went away in about an hour. I think it was just being in that cellophane, and it was tight and up in there with all that ink, because it is very bold and inky. So don't be surprised if you think it smells, because it does. Now, rather than use ribbon on this card, I'm just going to use a piece of paper. I'm just going to cut a piece of Granny Apple Green. Little smidge, might be 1/4 of an inch, and let's see, we'll mermaid tail one end, and then we're going to run it through here. So see, I don't know the length until I put it in here. I just want a little bit sticking out, like a piece of ribbon. And we'll trim that one, and we can pull it out to cut it. I really hoped to have more time to play with this today, but I didn't. So tomorrow I want to play with the orange or Calypso coral paper. I think it's so pretty. No, that looks like a little piece of ribbon. We're going to put that on our card. Now we only want dimensionals on this end because that pier or the wood there is already raised up. So we're gonna, if we put it on the other end, it'll look very strange. But I am gonna put a glue dot under there just to make sure our ribbon stays in place. we'll slide that under there. Take the cover off, and that'll hold it for us. So I don't know that it's going to go anywhere, but now we know it won't. Or we hope it won't. Put a little Tombow there to hold that down. Looks about right. I told you, nice and quick, but I think we can work on some of these beautiful basic rhinestone waves jewels. Now, if we went with the greens, that would be, I think the greens, the blue, the dark blue's too dark, and the silver blue, that's pretty, but the darker green here kind of pulls out the Granny Apple green, I think. So let's put a couple green gems. There's our quick little card. Didn't it come out cute? And very, I will do something on the inside and use some of that paper and maybe some of the extra little birds. Now, I wanted to show you the other one I played with. It was a little more detailed. I haven't put any rhinestones on it, but I might. I used the die cut on the wave, and I used the glimmer paper that's in the mini catalog. You know, in the catalog it says it's blue, but actually it's kind of a pool party greenish blue. And I thought, oh, I think that'd look pretty on the wave. So I inked up the wave with Balmy Blue, Night and Navy, and Pacific Point with daubers. I just daubed it right on the stamp set. And then do you see how you get these little layers on the dimensions of the clouds? And then I cut out some seagulls. And then I just put that same label on with some of the baker's twine from the Hay Sports Fan set bundle. So they were both pretty simple and quick. It just took me a while to play with them, of course, and figure out what I wanted to do. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you on Monday. It's hard to believe that another week has gone by. We're expecting a snowstorm this weekend, so even though we're having fake spring right now, it's supposed to snow this weekend. So I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye.